guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will show you how to make this tank top. So first you lay out your fabric flat. Don't have it folded because we're doing one side at a time. So you also leave a little room at the end. As you can see, I kind of lifted up my shirt from the end so that I can use some of that fabric to fold it under and sew, because you don't want to just cut it and then just leave it with a cut look. I try to have mine professional looking, and as you see right now, I'm just pinning it down so that I can cut it. So when it comes to cutting, I try to cut like maybe an inch maybe from the original fabric that I laid down, and that's so that when I fold it and sew it to make it look like more professional, I will still have the correct size of the shirt. Because if you cut it close to the extra shirt that you have, the shirt will end up being smaller once we fold and do like the ends. Sorry, I was not in my camera view. I did not realize it until a little later on. But I'm just really just making sure I'm cutting the armholes in the right shape so that when I do sew it, yeah, there we go, I fixed it. So when I do sew it, it will be right. Now, as you see at the bottom of my shirt, you see the little extra fabric. That's what I was talking about, where we will fold and sew. So make sure you leave a little extra right there. Now I'm about to do the back of the shirt. And as you can see, the back of my shirt isn't the same length as the front, and that's why you don't fold the fabric and cut both of them at the same time, because it's two different shapes and two different sizes. So I'm just pinning myself down so that I can make sure I get the right size of the back, and then I'm just going to cut it exactly how I did the first one. So after you cut it, you will go back to your front shirt and you will just fold the ends of it and pin it down, because that is where you're going to sew. And I don't really have a measurement of how much I fold. I just fold and like try to make it look like a decent size. After you finish with the front part, you will go to the back and you will just fold and do the same. I just have to make sure which one was the top of the shirt and which one was the bottom of the shirt. So once you know which one is the bottom of the shirt, you just fold it and pin it down, and then you will just sew it. So this is how it looks after I have sewed the bottom of the back of the shirt. So all I'm going to do now is just fold and sew the top of it. And this is how the top of the shirt looks once I sewed the bottom of it. And I am about to do the armholes. So just fold and sew again. Then I ended up taking out the armhole pins and just did the neckline first. I think once I looked at my original shirt and how they sewed theirs, their neckline was done first. So I just switched it up and just redid it. So this is how the back looks when it's fully sewed on both sides, and this is the front. The neckline is did, and I'm believing I'm about to do the side ones. So all you have to do is just pin them and then sew. Basically simple and easy. This is how the armholes look once I outline once I have sewn it. And so now what I'm about to do is just go ahead and sew the insides, like the sides, not the inside, but the sides of the shirt. I always do the sides of the shirt last because I just like to go ahead and do the fold and sew before it's like put together. That's just my liking. I mean, if you want to go ahead and do it once, we cut it, you can do that. But for me to like have straight lines, for some reason, once I already connect my outfits and I have to sew, I don't know, when it comes to it, I just can't, I don't know, you can't really explain it. But for me, this is just a better way for me to get straight lines before I connect the shirt. Once I finally sewed the sides, this is how it came out to look. And I realized that I need to redo like the arm sides because since the front and back is not aligned because the back is shorter, you would have to I should have did that last, but because I thought that I could do it before, it just still didn't come out right. So what I'm doing is just pinning so that you can't see any cut lines. Like I really wanted this to look professional and look like it came from a store. So hopefully you can just understand it from me in the video. This is how it looks after I've re-sewed the sides, and I will let you see. Here you go. Okay. And now it is about that time for me to make the straps. So for the straps, all I did was get 2 old pieces of scraps that I've had on my fabric because I had made another outfit using this. And for me to make the length of the strap, I just basically went off of my original shirt and measured it from that. I would say you can make your strap maybe like 2 centimeters and then however length your original shirt is. Because when you do that, all you have to do is, as you can see, the fabric, I cut it to try to make it even because I don't have any chalk or anything to make mine the right size. So mine would look a little more different than yours because you probably will make your line straight. And I was just using some scrap pieces, but I just folded it and then I put pins in it. And what we're gonna do is just sew align that line. And then I would use a loop turner, which I will show you in just a minute after I finish doing this. So right now, all I'm doing is using my loop turner to turn the fabric inside out so that the straps will have a neater, professional look. I'm not really good at explaining how to use the loop turner, so hopefully you can understand from just me doing it or maybe watching another YouTube video. After that, I have finished both of my straps, and now it was time for me to attach them to my shirt. So for me to attach them to my shirt, what I did was use a measuring tape to see how far were the straps from the side of the shirt. And I think mine was like 3.5. So I just used that for my original shirt that I was making. And I just did it 3.5 inches from the side. And that's where I attached my straps. Once you sew on the straps, now you have your cute tank top. Thanks for watching my video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.